All right, everybody, good morning. Surprise, surprise. Carson Meredith with you on this Friday morning, filling in for Brian, who has the day off. We've got a nice forecast to talk about for once. It's nice and refreshing, isn't it? Just in time for August. We're starting off on a cooler note, but enjoy it while you can. It is August 1st, and that means summer is far from over. So we'll talk about when the humidity returns, how long we can enjoy this break from the heat, and we'll also talk about when those storm chances return as well. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? I mean, you can definitely notice that difference as you step outside this morning. That's the live view from New Albany on the SkyTrack camera, bright blue skies in southern Indiana. If you're down towards central Kentucky, southern Kentucky, you've got a little more cloud cover. And that might hold on a little while longer into the afternoon, perhaps. But in general, that more comfortable feel continues to settle in. It's gorgeous out there. Here in Louisville, still in the 60s as we close in on 9:30. 68 to be exact. That dew point down to near 60. So we're still seeing that air, that more comfortable air move in. In other words, it's going to get a little bit better as we head into this afternoon and especially tomorrow. So if it still feels a tick muggy as you're walking out this morning, just be a little more patient. Some of that more comfortable air continues to filter in. It's also breezy. We've got a cool breeze out of the north and northeast. Last check at the airport, around 13 miles per hour. And we'll have those gusts upwards of 15 to 20 miles per hour throughout the day today and through much of the day on Saturday as well. But all in all, I mean, you can't ask for much better this time of year. It's very rare to have a nice, cool, refreshing feel in the month of August. We had a couple of nice days last August, and we're starting off on that note again this August, right? So if you're down in our far southern counties, we're still holding on to about 70 degrees, and that's where it's still a little more humid as well. But further to the north, across Indiana, mid-60s, 66 in North Vernon, 65 in Seymour. I think North Vernon was down to around 61 or 62 a little while ago. And as we mentioned here in the city, we are holding on to 68. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you don't have any outdoor plans, I would strongly recommend them today and on Saturday. And Sunday looks decent too. All right, here's the sticky meter. This is just kind of giving you a general idea of those dew points and how muggy it is or is not in Wave Country. Those blue colors are what we like to see this time of year, right? So if you're north of Interstate 64, if you're up towards Seymour, Madison, Carrollton, Bedford, that really refreshing air has moved in. Here in the city, we're in that green zone. That means it's still just a tick humid, but all in all, it feels pretty good. That more muggy air is still holding on down towards Litchfield, Mumfordville, Campbellsville, Greensburg, Columbia. But I do expect those dew points to continue to drop through the day as that drier air moves in. And it's everybody, that is going to feel very, very comfortable later on today. Now, tomorrow around this time, the sticky meter map is going to be basically all blue. It's going to feel very, very pleasant throughout the entire day tomorrow. By Sunday, however, it's going to start to get just a little more humid again. Not unbearable, not miserable. It's not going to be hot. It's actually going to be pretty comfortable still. It just might be a little more humid again as we head towards Sunday, at least. I'll show you the satellite. Radar's quiet, obviously, but you can also still see there's some high-level clouds holding on in Kentucky as well. So that's kind of keeping those temperatures a smidge warmer, near 70, especially south of the parkways. But all in all, it's not too bad for once. Seems like we've always been talking about something this year, and at least for a couple of days, we can quiet things down. 83 degrees, our forecast high. Just gorgeous day ahead. Plenty of sunshine. Some of that cloud cover still holding on across Kentucky. Not too bad. If you're in southern Indiana, especially up towards Seymour, I would not be totally surprised if you stayed in the 70s the next couple of days. As far as that wind is concerned, again, probably some gusts around 15, 20 miles per hour, but it will be a much more comfortable breeze than what we have had over the last couple of months. Speaking of the last couple of months, we have not had a morning as cool as what we are going to have tomorrow morning since June. Look at these temperatures. When you wake up Saturday morning, hopefully you're watching us on Wave News Sunrise with yours truly tomorrow morning. 63 our forecast low here in Louisville. That would be the coolest morning since June 10th, so close to 2 months. But look at all of these 50s you see in southern Indiana. How about that? 59 for many of us up near Bedford, North Vernon, Madison, Corydon. How about a few 57s in the mix? Paoli, Salem, Seymour. I think if you live in southern Indiana, you have the greatest chance to see those lows in the 50s tomorrow morning. The further south you go, more than likely in the low 60s, but because it will not be humid by tonight and tomorrow morning, it's going to feel great. I'm not ready to say it's a fall preview necessarily, but it will definitely feel like, I don't know, mid-September, something like that, right as we're about to officially start fall. You can't ask for much better, guys, especially for the first weekend of August. Again, the coolest morning we have had since June 10th is on the way tomorrow morning. It will feel great out there. All right, comment break. Let's see who's watching this morning. Let's see. Nikki says good morning. Blue says a surprise Carson appearance. Yeah, glad to be here. I'm not as good as Storm Talk and Mr. Good, but always enjoy filling in. Angie says hello, loving the temps early, although it did look a bit hazy. Yeah, that is going to be, if we have to critique something about the forecast, it is going to be that haze. And the reason why we have that haze is because of wildfire smoke from Canada and the western U.S. kind of filtering in. It's not going to be too terribly hazy today. You'll notice it. It's not bad. Tomorrow is going to be a little more hazy. So instead of that brilliant blue sky, it might be more of a milky blue sky. It's still going to be gorgeous tomorrow, don't get me wrong. It's just we might have a little bit of a haze with us tomorrow, especially thanks to some of that wildfire smoke. So that's the one minor issue that we might have to deal with over the next couple of days, more so tomorrow. But even then, it should be fine. Morgan says hello. Sean says, I didn't get the notification, but this is early. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, anybody that knows me knows I like to be a little bit ahead of schedule. So, yeah, I'm a little early this morning. But we appreciate you guys watching, no matter when we're on. Let's see. Renee says, hello, TGIF. Yes, indeed. Let's see. You know it's the weekend when Carson pops up. That's all right. I'll be here all weekend. Angela says, hi. Marianne says, my kind of weather. Yes. Weather Geek, good morning. Happy Friday. Sean's going to try to make it out to the street rods this weekend, or tonight. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful, especially today and tomorrow. Now, by Sunday, it does start to get a little more humid again, like we talked about. So here is your weekend outlook. Tomorrow is basically a carbon copy of today, but even less humid. So still a beautiful day on tap for Saturday. If you made me pick, all right, both days look pretty good. Which day is better? I'd still say tomorrow. It's going to be a few degrees cooler, upper 70s, low 80s for most of us. By Sunday, it's a little warmer, not unbearable, but a little warmer. And there is going to be that chance for a few showers and storms on Sunday afternoon. It's not a big chance, but the chance will return by Sunday, thanks to that humidity starting to climb on Sunday afternoon. Here's a look at the sticky meter. You know, we had the map showing how muggy it is across the region right now. This is what it looks like over the next 5 days. You notice today and tomorrow, perfect for this type of year. But as we get towards Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, you notice it's not unbearable humidity. It's not bad. It's just going to be more noticeable. It's going to be you step outside, it won't be that humidity that smacks you in the face, but it'll be enough to where it's like, oh yeah, it feels a little more muggy out here, doesn't it? That's going to be the case Sunday and into early next week. And that increase in humidity by Sunday, into Monday, into Tuesday, will be just enough to give us those scattered showers and storms back in the forecast. Not a washout. We're not worried about severe weather, but we do get back into that more typical summer setup, if you will, by the end of the weekend and into next week. So here's Futurecast for Sunday evening. When you're tuning in to Wave Weather Now with yours truly Sunday evening, I'll likely have a few showers and storms on radar. Right now, it looks like this plume of moisture is going to be at its highest, if you will, across Kentucky. So if you live in southern Indiana, your rain chance on Sunday is pretty low. It's only 20%. Now, further to the south, that chance is around 30%, especially if you live south of the parkways. If you live along I-64 here in the city, it's kind of a toss-up between a 20 to 30% chance. Bottom line, don't cancel your Sunday afternoon plans. It's still going to be a pretty decent day. There will be dry time. But later into the day, as that humidity tries to make a comeback, it starts to build back in, we're going to have a few showers and storms to track on radar. Nothing severe, not overly concerned about flooding or anything like that, but I mean, whenever you have humidity this time of year, right, you're going to have that chance for a few downpours. So that is what we will watch Sunday afternoon. And really, as that plume of moisture kind of expands again, we'll keep those scattered storms around into early next week. I think the highest storm chances right now look to be Monday and Tuesday, perhaps into Wednesday. So the first half of next week looks a little more unsettled. It doesn't look unbearably hot. I don't think we're looking at mid-90s for a while, really, but definitely not next week. But it'll be in the 80s. It'll be a little more humid. And that means we'll at least have that chance for a few scattered storms, especially each afternoon. Starting Sunday, going into Monday, as you see here on Futurecast, into Tuesday, and perhaps into Wednesday as well. But all in all, the pattern is pretty stable for this time of year. There's not a huge shift in the weather pattern anytime soon. You just get this nice reprieve for a couple of days like we have right now, and we'll start to see things get a little more muggy and at times stormy by Wednesday. And you notice towards the end of next week, that plume of moisture does try to retreat to the east just a bit. So by the end of next week, I think those storm chances are a little bit lower, especially by Thursday and next Friday. And of course, the big question is, all right, when does that really bad heat make a comeback? Well, again, I don't expect mid-90s anytime soon, but as you look towards the second week of August, August 9th through the 15th, it's not just us, but the entire country has a pretty solid chance of going back above average. For us, it looks like low 90s. Not mid-90s, no upper 90s, but low 90s. And our average this time of year is around 89 degrees. 88 or 89, somewhere in there. So we're only going to be a few degrees above average as we head into next weekend especially. But it won't be miserably above average. So not too bad. All right, here comes the 10-day. Keep it short and sweet. Don't want to ramble on because all in all the forecast is fairly straightforward. Gorgeous the next 2 days. Make plans today and or tomorrow. Even if it's just walking the pup around the neighborhood for 10 minutes. Just get outside, feel that refreshing air. Tomorrow morning is just going to feel great. It'll feel like for my sports fans out there, it'll feel like a college football Saturday morning because it's cool. It'll feel kind of crisp. It'll just feel great tomorrow morning. So highs in the low 80s the next couple of days for most of us. The coolest morning we've had in 2 months tomorrow morning. And starting on Sunday, that humidity creeps back in, and that's why we have to bring back those storm chances. We'll keep an eye on Sunday afternoon again to see if we need to bump up those storm chances a little bit. But even then, it's not a washout. Most of the storm action is going to be Monday, Tuesday, possibly into Wednesday. But you notice, at least for now, we don't have highs near 90 again until the end of next week. So while the storm chances do go back up, while the humidity does go back up by Sunday and into early next week, we don't have any crazy heat to talk about, and at least we have a nice 5 to 7 day stretch, it looks like, with highs in the 80s instead of the 90s. Not too bad. Let's go back to the comments, and we'll wrap this thing up on a Friday. Amanda sums it up best. It's beautiful outside. Yes, it is. Kathy's loving it up in Trimble County. Renee says hi from Carrollton. Let's see. Crispy's here. Today feels fantastic. Wish it could be like this always, right? Don't we all? We're getting closer to the start of fall. 52 days away, I think. So it'll be here soon enough. Consistently, not just for 2 days. We'll take what we can get. Nikki's going to she's going to jumpstart the pumpkin spice latte vibes. I figured some of you might try to get those vibes going. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Let's see. The Weather Service says storm chance east of I-65 Sunday, thinking the same, or will we have about equal chance on Sunday? I think the higher storm chances in general on Sunday are in Kentucky, whether you live east or west of I-65. And again, for now, you see on the 10-day, it's about a 20% chance. I would not be surprised if we have to go up to 30 on Sunday. Some of the models are trending a little bit wetter, especially across Kentucky Sunday afternoon. Still not a huge deal. But as far as where I think most of the storm action Sunday would be, I would just say generally across Kentucky, which no matter if you're west or east of I-65. Let's see. Tommy says definitely feels like fishing weather. Yeah, I mean, fishing, if you're going to go to the street rods always seem to have either horribly hot or horribly stormy weather. And aside from Sunday afternoon, it looks pretty good. And I think most of the Street Rod Nationals are done by midday Sunday. So they may be able to get away without any rain for the entire event, which is awesome. Reagan saying hello. Yeah, week was good. Nice and quiet week for me. Appreciate you asking. Kelly says late to the party. Anything severe storm-wise? Not really. No. If anything, Monday, Tuesday, maybe get a pop-up that has a little wind with it, but there's nothing organized anytime soon for us when it comes to strong or severe storms, which is good. Danny, first call for 1-inch snow this upcoming winter. Stay tuned. Stay tuned on that. We got let's see, it's August 1st. We have, I think, probably a couple months before we put out our predictions on 1 inch of snow. Usually we send the predictions out when Brian puts out his snowfall forecast or his winter forecast. So probably by Halloween night, again, is when we'll have Brian's winter forecast and our guesses for the first 1 inch snowfall this winter. My rookie year last year, I think I won it. I had to go back and look, but I was pretty darn close to getting it right on the nose last year. I picked really late, like January 4th or 5th, and I think it was January 5th we got 1 inch of snow with that big storm we had here in Louisville. So I'm looking to go for 2 for 2 this year. All right, guys, that's going to do it for now. Appreciate you tuning in. Since I am basically Brian today, you can watch me on Wave News midday and Wave News at 3, where we can soak up the sun and the break in the humidity even more. And I'll be here, of course, all weekend talking about what lies ahead over the next 10 days. Not too bad. Take care of yourselves. Get outside. Enjoy the next couple of days. And we will catch you guys on midday later on or this weekend. Take care and enjoy it, guys. See you later.